can't remember when you guys are heading off to Honduras. What's the date for that?
Leaving on July 24th and returning on August 1st.
Oh, so for like 7 days. Who's going with you?
My real purpose on doing this right now is recruiting.
Recruiting.
Right now we've got 3 people.
Okay.
And I need 7 or 8.
Oh, okay. Who else is going with you?
My wife and daughter.
Oh, okay. So it's 3 total right now, and you're trying to get some other people to go. And
Yep.
Great. I think last year, how many did we have go?
9.
9. Okay. Do you remember what you guys did during that time?
Sure. We had a mural we painted on a wall for the school to honor the founder of the school that it's named after.
Yeah.
We did VBS.
Yeah.
We helped install new water lines to bring fresh water to all the homes in the village.
Yeah.
And we helped put water in purification systems in the homes.
Yeah. Yeah. That's great work. That's great. What did you do? Do you remember? You probably remember, but.
Well, I helped digging the pipelines. We were out there with a mattock and a pick and a hoe, and we're digging the trenches 2 feet deep and seemed like a mile long, but it wasn't there, probably only half a mile.
Yeah.
And then we dug smaller trenches to the houses. Did that for several days.
Yeah. Are you going to do the same thing when you go this next time?
No, we have 4 projects we're going to work on. The first one is we did not complete all of the latrines 7 years ago when we were there. There's 2 latrines still have to be built, and they want us to help get that done. When I talked with Charlie Hines when I arrived in Honduras last year, I talked about how this whole thing came to be. And he said that when the Aldea Development started working in the area, they visited the 32 villages around La Union.
Yeah.
And Chimbasal came out last in ranking for literacy, health, and nutrition.
Okay.
All 3. And they figured it was a village that needed help. And the church they chose to partner with them was Forest Park.
Oh.
Fast forward 10 years now, and literacy has tremendously improved with the education of the kids. Most of the kids, in 6th, 7th, 8th grade are significantly more literate than their parents.
Oh, that's great.
And they're helping their parents. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it is cool.
You no longer see malnutrition babies in there. You get chubby, happy, healthy babies. And the adults are much healthier now because we've gotten freshwater wells and latrines there to help them with the health problems. So this part of the trip this time is to help finish the latrine to that part of the health problem.
Okay.
So,
what, like health problem would be like cholera or
just just sickness.
Okay.
From, the kind of disease that you'd have from dysentery, to cholera.
Yeah.
And so we want to help them make it happen. That's important to them.
Yeah. Remind me who Charlie Hines is.
He's the president of Aldea Development.
Oh, of Aldea Development? Okay.
Yes.
Has he been doing that for a while?
A long time.
Yeah.
He was one of the original 4 that went down there.
Patrick, Andrew, Charlie, and then there's a 4th one. Is that do I have those names?
Andrew, Charlie.
Yeah. Andrew Boyd, Patrick Hughes, Charlie Hines, and then there's a 4th one you're saying.
4th one.
Okay.
I remember him.
Yeah, yeah. So, and Charlie's the guy that's still kind of down there. And
he's president of Aldea Development, working with the 3 local men who are full-time employees of Aldea Development.
Yeah.
That help with right now they're in the finishing the coffee processing. This is the last month of coffee harvesting and processing.
Yeah.
It starts in October and goes through March.
Yeah, yeah. And you also mentioned the name La Union is the name of the sort of the region?
No, that's a little village of about 5,000 people.
Yeah.
And then there's 32 villages, each with 400 or 500 people in them around La Union.
Okay.
And La Union is like the center part of that.
Yeah.
There's 1 police car for the entire region.
Okay.
But these 32 villages all come down to La Union for some of their shopping and they're working and whatever.
Yeah.
A lot of stores there, coffee shops, gas stations, everything down in La Union.
Sort of like the size of downtown Muskegon maybe, or is it a little small?
La Union's 5,000 people.
Oh, okay.
It's really small.
Okay.
But it's the center of the area.
I gotcha.
And then around it, there's 32 villages.
Yeah.
Ranging population from 300 to 600. averaging about 500.
So how big is Chimizal?
About 500,
Okay.
roughly.
Yeah.
But as we go there, every time we go there, I noticed it a lot when I was there last year. A lot of new houses being built.
Yeah.
A lot of changes in the community.
Yeah.
10 years ago, none of them had electricity. Now a lot of them have electricity.
Yeah.
So they've got antennas and TVs. It's really changing.
And then how do they get water? Do they cart it up, or do they?
No, there's a lake at the top of one of the hills here.
Oh.
And they turned it into a reservoir.
Yeah.
And it feeds downhill from the top point to the houses in the village through the water lines we put in there.
Yeah.
We have a 6-inch main line, then some 4-inch side lines, and then some smaller lines that go to the houses themselves.
Yeah. And the water is clean. It's
Yes.
not. It's protected, so animals can't get near it or anything like that, or
They can.
ish.
Ish.
Yeah.
But that's part of why we worked last year to put the filtration systems in the homes
Yeah.
to filter the water they're going to drink. If you're going to use the water to cook with, you're going to boil it. That's fine. But we worked with a company that put filtration systems in 95 of the homes
Yeah.
in Chimizal.
Like a Brita water filter like kind of thing that's at the end of a.
It is, but it's it does a great job filtering it out, kind of a pressure thing through a filter system, and that can be flushed every couple of days or whatever.
Yeah.
And then that makes the water much cleaner for the people.
Yeah.
It's, again, working on the whole thing of helping improve their health and improve.
And how do they get into town? Do they just take a car? I imagine there's no trains or anything like that. So to get from Chimizal to La Union.
Yeah, and they're all 4-wheel drive.
Okay.
A lot of Toyota RAV4s.
Yes.
And I talked to Charlie because a lot of garages in the shop in La Union, and clutches and brakes or something have to commonly have to be fixed around there.
Dirt roads with big potholes, especially after a rainy season.
Very big potholes after rain.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. So the team stays in La Union and then goes up to Chimizal every day?
No, the team stays in La Union and goes to their facility they have there that the development has to process the coffee.
Okay.
But they go to the villages. One person from the team at least goes to every village every week.
Okay.
They can see what's going on.
Yeah.
And they're helping them with the microloans. They're helping them with the growing the vegetables, the beans, corn, everything they need there, sugar cane, and coffee. And helping them with that. And then the corn and the beans are to consume and to feed their chickens and things. And then the coffee is their crop for generating money for the community.
Yeah. And so when the Forest Park team comes, they stay in La Union, and then do they go out to Chimizal every day?
Every day. And back again at night. So we've got dormitories we stay in La Union.
Okay.
And there's stores there where we can do things. And we also have a kitchen that one of the ladies runs that gives us our breakfast and dinner every day.
Oh, okay.
And then we eat lunch up there at Chimizal with whatever project we're working on.
So how long does it take to drive up there? Half an hour?
40 minutes, 45 minutes.
40 minutes, okay. How many miles in 40 minutes? Is it like 10 miles or 20 or less?
It's less than 10.
Okay.
I'm thinking it's 5 or 6 because it's
Yeah.
very steep and very curvy.
Yeah.
And
You're going at most maybe 10 or 15 miles an hour?
at most.
At most, okay. So tell me what a typical day length is. You wake up at like 8, get ready, and you're up there from when to when?
We'll have breakfast together at 7:30.
Okay.
At Cocina de Alicia, Alicia is a lady who prepares the food for us. And then we'll get together in 2 vehicles and climb up the mountain.
Okay.
Get up there, and we'll have an itinerary we'll go through. And if it's VBS in the morning, then everybody works on the VBS. The kids love the VBS programs. We did Noah and Creation and Queen Esther last year.
Oh.
Kids love that.
Yeah. So 7 days. 7 days total, or 7 days?
We'll arrive Thursday night. Friday will be a meeting day when we will meet with the people in the village. They will greet us. Last year when we got there, every other church canceled their trips to the whole region. We were the only church that went.
Okay.
And the people in Chimazal hadn't seen anybody from our church in 4 years, almost 5 years.
Yeah.
When we arrived at the village, everybody in the village, almost everybody, was there to greet us in their best clothing with big signs out to show how much they appreciated the fact that we came.
Yeah.
It meant a lot to them.
How many people are you hoping to take with you this time?
8 to 9, 10.
8 to 9. Okay.
I need at least 7
Okay.
for the projects we want to do. But I need 2 men, 1 more besides me, and then the rest can be either men or women.
Yeah. Yeah. So you have a sort of a cutoff date when you're trying to get everybody recruited by?
By the end of April.
Oh, okay. So about a month and a half.
Yep.
Okay. So we're looking for 4, 5 more people, at least 2 men to come and do stuff.
Yep.
So, so we've been doing this for 10 years, right? Is that what you've been saying? So
Well, we skipped
okay.
5 years.
Yeah.
3 years, 4 years,
Yeah.
2020 through 23.
Yeah. I remember 4 years ago, we did that latrine project with that, or it was and we had to we raised money by having those towers of toilet paper, remember?
Yep.
Yeah. So last year we had that,
Phone-a-thon.
phone-a-thon.
Yep.
Yeah.
For the water system.
Are we looking to raise any kind of amount of money?
We'd like to raise about $10,000.
Okay.
And there's 2 key projects for that. The first one is the ladies want to learn how to sew.
Okay.
And they can buy sewing machines locally, but they don't know how to do that. So my wife, Julia, is a home economics teacher. And she knows how to sew, and she's taught sewing. So she wants to help them, and they want to learn how to sew. So we want to buy sewing machines, tables with sewing machines, and tables that they can use to spread out their fabric and cut the fabric for the work to do that.
Yeah.
And then, of course, if you got sewing machines, you've got to buy needles and bobbins and thread and fabric and elastic and other things to go with that. So that part of the project will cost roughly $5,000 or so.
Yeah. Yeah.
The second major project is the playground. I think it was in 2018. Our kids put together money to fund to build a playground for those kids in the school. Well, during the last year and a half, they had to move the playground because there's a wild dog problem in the area. Dogs are not vicious, but they're full of vermin and fleas and things. So they built a cinder block wall completely around the school area and play area for the kids. But in doing that, they had to move the swings and the slide and the merry-go-round. The second problem with that is, after 6 years of rain, they're really rusty. So we'd like to replace the swings. We'd like to get some paint and some sandpaper, emery cloth, clean those off, and repaint them again to make them fit for use for the kids.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That sounds great.
That's going to cost several $1,000s and take some time, but the kids were looking forward to using that stuff again.
So there's project money, and then people are paying for their own travel down to the place. Okay. How much is it going to cost to travel down there?
The travel cost is going to be somewhere ballpark about $900.
Okay.
We've got $650 to $700 for the airfare. Plus, we have to pay for the food and dormitories we're going to use while we're down there.
Okay. Okay.
So ballpark $900 per person.
Gotcha. Okay.
That's about the same amount it was last year.
Yeah. Yeah. And you've gone. This would be your second time going?
My second trip.
Yeah. What happened to you spiritually through this process the last time you went?
I was really touched by the Lord. When Lord Carlson got up that Sunday morning and said we want a group of people to go to Chimazal, I think I was the first one to go over to see her and say, I want to go. The Lord told me to go. I don't know why, but I know he told me to go.
Yeah.
I got to Chimazal and realized how much those people there love Forest Park. They know what we've done to help them improve their literacy, their health, their nutrition, and become a partner with them. That's why when they gave us that plaque last year, it said Forest Park, Honduras, because that's what they consider themselves to be. They love the Lord. They love life. Some of them don't have any more than a bright future than what they've got down there, and they know that. Some of the kids are growing up and going to college. One of the sons of one of the LDA development employees was to come here next year to look at colleges in the area. So Julie and I have extended him to stay at our house while he does the college search. 2 of the kids in the area have gone to college here. I think one to Hope and one to Calvin, through scholarship they got from people here.
Yeah.
So that's a long-term thing. But from a home standpoint, they want to learn better skills for education. They have to buy their own books down there, and so they have that need. They want to learn how to sew. The ladies want to learn how to make 3 things. They want to learn how to make curtains for the windows. They want to learn how to make skirts, and learn how to make shoulder handbags. So this coming Sunday in church, Julie's going to have examples of those that we can show what they're going to be. These are not complex or hard things to create, to make. Julia said in her mind, as a sewing teacher, they're really easy peasy.
Yeah.
So we'd like to do that. We'd also like ladies in the church who have fabric that they don't need right now, cotton fabric, at least a yard long, that they want to donate, we'll take that down with us.
Yeah.
And that'll give the people some fabric to use for making handbags or curtains or skirts for their own use down there.
Yeah.
So that'd be a cool thing to do. They really want us to do a VBS program again. I love the program they put together last year. Janet Mack and Bob Johnson did that, Tall Bob. And it was a really huge success. The kids loved it. So they'd like to do that again.
Okay. That sounds great. That sounds great. I'm wondering, too, if there's anything that you just wanted to kind of mention that we haven't mentioned already, as we've been just talking about the Chimizal project and you're going down there.
I listened to Andrew Boyd's podcast that you did here. He talked about Aldea Development and Dale Coffee. That has done so much for the whole region to improve things down there. It's a great thing. And my wife liked coffee. I don't, but that's okay.
You're like, only they made root beer, Dave. Then
well, gee. But I was really touched by the people's love for each other, the love for the Lord, and their love for the people from Forest Park as we came down there. They didn't call us Yankees. It's just we were friends, amigos. And it was fun to be a part of that whole thing.
Yeah.
And when I got back home, I talked to Julia because she wanted to go last year and couldn't. But she wants to go this year to help with the sewing and make that happen. And
good.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's great. It's a very interesting project in the sense that there's so much that is actually going on site here in Muskegon. So the area development model, which is organizations like World Vision use it, where money goes into a community like Chimizal, they distribute that where they're at, and then they raise up different kinds of businesses and things like that. A lot of that you just see right there. I mean, they're the ones that are seeing it. If they export coffee, it'll go somewhere, but it usually doesn't go to anywhere specific that you're aware of. But the idea, the sense that we're part of a community in Muskegon that has a couple of Aldea coffee shops, which are really important to our community.
Yes.
And we drink Aldea coffee here at the church, and we have Andrew Boyd come and talk, and it's just a wonderful, powerful connection, and it's great to be a part of that, to partner with people around here, and people like Andrew Boyd and Sherry and Patrick Hughes have been really pivotal for all of this.
One of the things I loved about the trip was that as a team from Forest Park, we spent the evenings together.
Yeah.
And we spent time sharing our testimony and sharing some time together about each other and doing things. We went to some stores and bought some things together. Laura Carlson and I ran into a store and saw a lady with a Ohio State shirt on. We thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
We went to a very good coffee shop they have in town there.
Yeah.
Their version of Chick-fil-A is called Pololandia, which is Chicken Land.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things around there that are very similar.
Did you go and eat at their Chick-fil-A while you were there?
No, it's their version of it. It's probably pretty good, but we had their schedule made out for us where we're going to eat and stuff. So, but the coffee shop was wonderful.
Yeah, I bet. I mean, they've got the coffee right there, don't they? So, yeah. Well, I'm really glad we've been doing these podcasts. This is the On Mission podcast with Dave Clow. And it's just been great over the years just to hear from people. We're really glad that we're going to be able to hear from you a little bit further on Sunday morning.
Great.
So thanks for coming and joining us.
Thank you.
Yep.